Plaintiff Shahida Osby is suing her former friend Larisha Pittman for costs associated with identity theft. Shahida claims the defendant stole her son's social security number, then claimed him on her taxes. But Larisha is countersuing for defamation of character and harassment. She denies stealing the social security number and says the plaintiff posted horrible things about her on MySpace.
All rise. The Honorable Judge Jeanine Pirro presiding.
Hello, James.
Hello, Judge. You may be seated.
Shahida Osby is suing her former friend for costs associated with identity theft, unpaid babysitting wages, and emotional distress. And Larisha Pittman is countersuing her former friend for defamation of character and harassment. Shahida, let's start with you.
I met the defendant in November of 2006. We became friends. She told me she was pregnant with an individual's baby that she never really was pregnant by. She was pregnant by somebody else. She told his ex that he was pregnant.
Who cares?
That's not true.
Stop talking.
I'm trying to bring up to the fact of her character, the type of character she is. Basically, he slapped her for telling his girlfriend that she was pregnant by him when he wasn't. So after that, we became friends. I kind of felt sorry for her. She told me she was pregnant.
Did he hit you? Did this guy hit you?
Yeah, but friends don't do each other like that. I broke up with him after that. After that, we were no longer together. That's how we became friends, because of him.
Okay.
That is not true, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
Anyway, I basically felt sorry for her. Me and her became friends after that because I was 19 before being pregnant with a child. I have a 6-year-old right now. So we became friends throughout her pregnancy. I say about like her 4th, 5th month, she was taking ecstasy, and I told her,
how do you do that?
We were doing it together. I'm not even going to.
No, let me tell you what happened, Judge.
I'm not even going to front. We were doing it together.
Tell you exactly what happened. We were with another friend. She put ecstasy in my drink while I was pregnant drinking orange juice. And I'm sitting there just like freaking out, like, oh my God, like I'm standing up, like I'm dizzy and my hands are sweating. And she's just sitting there laughing the whole time. I mean, hysterically laughing. Then the girl tells me after that, like, hey, look, she did it.
I don't think that's funny at all. If she is pregnant and she's taking it or someone is slipping it into her drink, why is that funny to you?
I think it's funny that she's lying, saying I will put it in her drink. I had a baby. I would never put no one's baby in jeopardy.
If you're such a concerned mother and you would never put anyone's baby in jeopardy, why are you doing ecstasy with her?
I wasn't doing it with her.
By denying you put it in her glass, you're basically saying, I knew she was doing it.
I knew she was doing it because she told me.
That's a lie.
I was not doing it with her when she was pregnant, because she's pregnant. I'm not going to do ecstasy.
Because she told you, because you said to me, because we were doing it together.
Right, we did. We continue to do it together eventually.
Crap about how you're a concerned mother.
Okay, she asked me to move in with her. Her baby was a week old, okay? I moved in with her to help her take care of her baby and get a babysitting check. And the reason why I agreed to do that, because I didn't have a job at the time. So I said, yeah, okay, I'll move in, help you pay for your, I'll help you take care of your baby while you go back to school and be a responsible mother, and I'll help you. So 2 weeks went past. She went to school for a couple weeks. She stopped going to school. She was hanging out with her witness over here all the time, hanging out on the street, leaving the baby home with me, her mom, who's a drug addict, and her elderly father.
You're the babysitter.
And that's fine, but she would never get the money processed for me to get paid by the state to take care of her baby while she goes to school.
But aren't you supposed to apply to the state yourself?
She's supposed to do all that. She wouldn't do it.
No, you fill out the application and she signs it.
Right. But I kept asking her, she would never go get the application. I said, let's go.
You go get the application.
We were supposed to go get the application together. This was in Chicago. I haven't lived in Chicago in so many years, so I didn't know where to go.
It doesn't matter if you're in Chicago or California.
Judge, can I please say something?
Go ahead.
First of all, she said that she would come stay with me and watch my child while I went to school, because that's how we became friends in the beginning. Well, so-called friends. You can't be friends with somebody and you're sleeping with that man. But she said that she would come stay with me. She talked about how much that she liked that I was going to school.
Who's sleeping with whose man?
She was sleeping with my current boyfriend at the time. He was telling me people could really take advantage of you if they wanted to. He said, that's what she's doing. He said, you want to know why? He said, because the whole time that we were together, even though it was just a couple of months, I was sleeping with her and was previously. He told me this straight from his mouth.
And you believed him?
Yes, I did. After I became to know her, you would have believed it too, Judge.
Were you sleeping with her boyfriend?
No. We were friends.
And who are you, sir?
My name is Jeremiah Kennedy.
All right, Jeremiah, why are you here?
Well, I'm here. Well, I'm her current fiance now, and at the time, I was an over-road truck driver, so I left her my vehicle, and that's where my portfolio book was that had my son's social security number that got stolen while she was living in her residence.
Okay. All right, we'll get into that. All right, sit down. And what are you suing for?
I'm suing her for the fact that she stole, for the babysitting, and she stole my son's social security card.
How do you
and
know that?
had someone file him because the book that he state that was in the apartment, it was in my suitcase, the black book agenda book. It had my son's social security card in it. And she had admitted to me after I moved out that she went through my bag and got a couple items of her clothes and some extra things that were mine. And that's when the black book came up missing. So I asked her about it. She said she never seen it.
All right, let's talk about the book. What's in the
book? I don't judge. I have no idea what the heck she's
You're
talking
claiming
about.
that she went into your bag and took that
She
book.
admitted to me, you're going into the bag, taking some clothes out that was hers.
Your Honor, first of all, let me tell you from the beginning, Your Honor.
Sure.
We met in like December or like January early of 2006. We became friends. She said how much she liked the fact that I was going to school, doing positive things.
Yep.
She never knew people like that and who would keep doing that. Okay, after that, people couldn't believe that we hung around at the time, the people that we met through each other. People couldn't believe that we were still friends. People were giving me warning signs about her because through MySpace, they were seeing pictures that we had took like 6 months later. People was like, you don't need to be friends with her.
Who are you? Who are you?
This is my best friend.
What are you going to say? What are you here to say?
I was waiting
Stand
to get
up.
to the point.
What are you
My
going to
name
say?
is Loris Richmond. I'm one of her best friends. We have known each other since we were down here. It's always been 6 of us, and that's who we stayed
What do you
in.
want to tell me?
Okay. I met Shay through Larisha, and one day, I'm going to get straight to the point. One day, we all went, I invited Larisha to a party with my boyfriend and his brother. And I'm like, okay, Larisha, do you want to go? And then I thought about it, like, she is pregnant. You know, she probably want to stay in the house. But I knew how it felt to be pregnant and just, like, blah, you know? So I'm like, okay, well, maybe Shay wants to go. I'm like, if she's her friend, I'm going to give her a chance.
You go to the party.
Okay, we go to the party. She leaves for like 15 minutes. Mind you, I don't hardly know anybody in the party but my boyfriend and his brother. So we're waiting like, okay, where does she go? So she comes back, and I know she was looking for some weed.
How do you know that?
She was asking people, you know,
She was
where you
asking.
yeah.
Go ahead.
So
I never hung out with you.
So she came back, and then as we were leaving out, the guys that threw the party were laughing at her, like, yeah, she give good favors. And I'm like, oh, no. I told Risha, you need not to hang out with her.
What kind
That's
of
my
favors?
rep. I don't know.
If they call
Okay.
her a freaky black girl, that says it all.
Right, and I don't know these guys. That's a bad impression on me.
All right, so you're here to pretty much say that the night of the party, they were trashing
Yeah,
her.
yes.
Okay, good. Thank
Thank you.
All right, now, did you agree to pay her for babysitting money?
I hadn't had a job. I didn't know anything
Good.
even about.
All right, so you didn't. There was no agreement.
No agreement.
Okay, let me see your evidence, Shay.
These are my bank statements. I'm suing her for the LifeLock protection fees I have to pay. This is my bank statements. This is the proof that he had already been filed. And this is what I sent to the IRS with her mother name and her on it.
Okay.
And these are my witness statements here also.
All right, Shahida. Okay, these are your bank. What am I supposed to infer from these bank statements?
The $12.50 that I'm paying every month since February when I found out she filed my son.
All right, now, these are emails. I'm looking at emails.
For my tax preparer.
Alleged violation. Is this something that you filled out?
Yes, I have to fill out with the IRS.
All right. Larisha
Those are the
Pittman
copies.
stole my son's social security card and had someone fill in his number. I was living with Larisha at the time of the theft. She was the only one who knew my son's birthday. I filed and it was rejected due to my son being filed already. All right. When did you go to your tax preparer, Shay?
In February of 2008.
February, I filed my taxes. 2 weeks after filing, my accountant contacted me and told me that my son had already been claimed as a dependent on someone else's taxes.
Yes.
And why do you think it is Larisha?
Because the black book came up missing after I moved back home. After I moved out of her house, I moved back home and I went through my bag and I noticed some items were missing. The black book was missing. The social security card was in there.
Do you have anything from the IRS that indicates that Larisha is either being investigated or charged with fraud for trying to claim your child?
No.
You are suing her for defamation. Why?
Yeah, because first of all, she accused my mother. Then she accused me.
Of what?
Of stealing her child's social
Okay,
security
good.
number.
That's enough. The issue for the court is whether the defendant is liable for conversion. Did the defendant steal the book, or at the very least, the information that was in the book? The issue is whether or not, in addition to that, the defendant owes the plaintiff money for babysitting. There has been no evidence here to establish that the defendant agreed to pay the plaintiff for babysitting. In fact, the state would have paid for it. The two of them couldn't have figured out how to do it, which is a real commentary on the two of you. And therefore, I'm denying your claim for the babysitting services. Your claim for defamation, because she is claiming that you stole the Social Security number, is one that I'm going to deny as well, because you haven't shown me any actual damages as it relates to this. Now, I think the most important issue is the issue as it relates to the conversion. Whether or not you, Larisha, stole Shay's son's Social Security number. There is absolutely no evidence indicating that this defendant in any way, shape, or form stole the Social Security number or claimed the child. And your claim, as far as I'm concerned, is one that is outrageous. There is no evidence from the IRS. There is a self-serving complaint that you filed with the IRS alleging that she stole your Social Security number, and absolutely no evidence to back it up. Now, is there anything about her complaint that caused you not to be able to get a job by her saying that you stole the Social Security number of her son?
Nope, but she left horrible things about me on the front of my friend's page, which I have evidence of.
I'm sure she did.
Horrible things about me.
You know what? You can't show me that you suffered damages as a result of that, but let me tell you something. Next time, listen to your friend. She is trouble, trouble, trouble. You could be arrested for some of the stuff that you've done. You tried to claim that she stole a number. You tried to pull the wool over my eyes and tell me the IRS contacted your accountant to say someone else stole your child's, or used your child and deducted your child as a dependent. That is a lie, a lie, a lie. Don't ever come into court and lie again.